Hej alla, välkommen tillbaka. Tack för sist. Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank you for the last time. I'm sorry if I don't look in the right place. It's so awkward to not look at the thing right here, but I think when I look here, I'm actually looking at you. So hopefully I got it right. I'm gonna remember to do this. I always forget until the end of the video. If you like the videos, please give me a thumbs up, a subscription. I really appreciate it. It's really cool to see comments and hear comments. See comments and hear comments. That's good. You know what I mean. Likes, all that stuff. And if you got criticisms, that's cool too. I'm not shy. You can hit me up with whatever. It's all good. Today I want to talk about a little bit darker subject. So this morning, I won't go into detail, but I went under anesthesia and was put out. And I don't know if you've ever done that before. It's a very strange thing. You know, they're telling you, okay, the doctor's gonna put you under now, and you're there and then you aren't there. You're just gone. And it's not like falling asleep if you've never done it, because there's no dreaming, there's no consciousness, there's no nothing. It's like you're gone. And then when you wake up, no time has passed. I just remember them this morning saying, hey Harold, you're done. And it was such an odd sensation, because I've been under several times in my life for different surgeries and different things, and it's such a strange sensation. But it got me thinking about, and I don't know why I connected these two things, going under anesthesia and depression. Maybe it's because it's such a black place. Like I said, you're not aware of anything. You don't know you're just not there anymore. I imagine, well, I don't want to go too dark on this, but so I'm a happy, positive guy almost all the time. And I have very few things to be depressed about. And I'm not depressed. It's been a long time since I've been in any kind of real funk. You know, you have your moments where things are bad or something happens or you lose somebody, and those are all horrible. But when I went through my divorce, and I've talked about this before, but I know on a couple of my videos it actually helped some people. So I thought I'd talk about it again. When I went through my divorce 31 years ago, was definitely the darkest time of my life. I knew my marriage was kind of on the rocks, and I knew it was probably coming to an end. And I thought I was in love with my ex-wife at the time, but the real connection for me was my daughter. She was only 4 years old when we got divorced. And because of circumstances, I had ended up being kind of Mr. Mom for the last year we were married. I worked part-time, my ex-wife worked full-time. As soon as we got divorced, I went more than full-time, 70, 80 hours a week, because that's always been my life. I didn't like being Mr. Mom. I loved being with my daughter, but I didn't feel like I was doing anything. And that's not a slam on any mom or dad who does that. It wasn't I'd always worked out of the home my whole life. And anyway, I was so attached to my daughter. I still am. She only lives 15 minutes from here. She has 4 beautiful kids that are gorgeous granddaughters, cool husband. You get to see him all the time. We're still very close. But I was so attached to my daughter and with her almost 24 hours a day that all of a sudden she wasn't there all the time. And it was so hard for me. It was hard, my wife leaving me too, my ex-wife. It's hard being rejected. Even though we both knew from the beginning that we were not a good match. We never were. We were good friends that started dating, and next thing you knew, we were married. And it was a dark place. We were living in Colorado at the time, and I actually helped move her and my daughter back to Utah. None of her family showed up, and if any of them watch this video, you know, I'm not going to slam on her family. I still am close with several of them, but I was disappointed with that. Not one person showed up, and she has a big family, to help move her. I moved her, the ex-husband. I loaded up the moving truck truck. I unloaded the moving truck in Utah. And so we ended up back in Utah. All my family and friends are mostly in Canada at that time. This was 94, and then early 95. My brother lived in Salt Lake City, but I was living in Provo. We were about an hour apart, and I saw him once a week, which was awesome. We played racquetball. He really helped me get through it. My daughter literally saved my life, because I remember sitting on my bed every night in my 3-bedroom condo by myself, contemplating, why should I be here? But my upbringing, I was always taught that, suicide's a sin, and that part didn't even matter so much to me. I could never do that to my daughter. I could never. At this point, she was almost 5. And is that right? No, she was only 3 when we got divorced, so she was almost 4. It was a tough time. She was very clingy with me all the time when she'd stay with me. I was on the road a lot, but when I was in that condo by myself, it was such a deep, dark, lonely place. And I would go over reasons to not end it. And it always came back to her. It always came back to her. It's like, I could never do that to her. And then I don't know what's on the other side. I believe there's something after this life. Always have believed that. I'm not a religious guy, but I am a spiritual guy. And that's what it came down to, but that didn't help in the darkness. So, I've had people ask me, how did you get through that? How did you make that work? What I did, back then there was no internet, there was no social media, there was none of that, which frankly was probably a good thing at the time. But I dove into books. I've always been a book reader. Now it's almost all Audible books. I have an account with Audible, and I've listened to hundreds of audiobooks while I travel. I love it. They say it's just like reading it. I don't know if I believe that or not, but you still get the same story. And so I dove into books hardcore. I'm a big Louis L'Amour fan. I love all his Westerns, but he's got a couple of books that are not Westerns that are 2 of my favorite all-time books. I've probably read them each 5 times, and they're long, like 800-900 page books. Last of the Breed and The Walking Drum. And I dove into to another world. I escaped into another world. And while I was reading those books, sitting on my bed by myself, I wasn't by myself. I was in this fantasy land, in another world, in another story. And it literally helped save my life. So if you're in a dark place right now, I feel for you. Just speaking about this brings back the emotion. And I feel a lot of empathy for people that are that are in that dark place, because it's not fun. I've been there. I don't wish it on anybody except really evil people. So what I'm saying is, if you are in a dark place and you don't know how you're going to get out of it, and you don't see a light at the end of the tunnel, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Everybody has a light at the end of the tunnel. I know some never get to it. Some end it before they ever get there. By the way, I've still got some lingering stuff from the anesthesia, so if I'm a little loopy or I look really tired and exhausted, that's why. But this is on my mind, so I wanted to talk about it. Find something that you enjoy. I don't care if it's some TV show that you binge. Hey, Romeo. Our cat's walking around in the backyard. But books were my saving grace. And there is something different. I like watching TV shows and binging stuff. We just finished Marco Polo on Netflix, and I'm really disappointed because they're not doing a 3rd season. I guess they never got enough viewers, and so it never happened. So they left us on a cliffhanger. Anyway, I love TV shows. I love binging stuff, but it's not the same as diving into a book. There he is, back there. Reading is a different thing. Like, we're all, in my family, we're all big Harry Potter fans. When my kids were little, they were raised on Harry Potter. I have read all of those books several times, mostly Audible, but even as an adult, I just love them. And, what was my point there? There's something, oh, that's what it is. The movies are great, but reading the books puts you in there. Your imagination comes to life. And when you're in that dark place and your brain has something else to focus on, it makes a difference. Believe me, it makes a difference. Focus on that. Dive into something. A book. I'm telling you, if you've ever read or you enjoyed it at all, find a genre that you dig, whether it's mysteries or crime or westerns or whatever, suspense, thrillers, romance. Find what you like and dive into that book. And day by day, week by week, month by month, it gets better. It was probably better part of 6 months for me that I was, 3 or 4 months were really dark for me. It was just, I gotta read, other my brain is focusing on how horrible my life is. And it worked. It got me through it. And slowly I came out of it. A few months after that, I met my wife, who I've been married to in August, it'll be 30 years since we started going out. And in November, it'll be, 29 years we're married. So we've got, beautiful kids, beautiful grandkids. It's a beautiful life. I'm very blessed, very grateful. So anyway, it's already 12 minutes. I don't want to drag it on too long, but I hope this helps. If you're in that place, feel free to reach out to me in the comments. I will answer you. I will try to help you if I can, because I know where you are. I've been there. So anyway, let's end it on a light note. Tack för denna gången. Thank you for this time. Till nästa gång. Till next time. Vi snackas igen. We'll talk again. I hope you all have a beautiful week. It is Wednesday, the 9th of July. And, we had an incredible weekend last weekend. We had 11 trailers, I think 25 people. We went down to central Utah camping for the 4th of July weekend. I had a buddy that took us on our ATVs way up in the mountains, over 11,000 feet. Just incredible rides. 3 incredible rides, 3 different days. It was amazing. I hope you all have a beautiful day, and keep on trucking. Keep pushing. There is light. Peace. Love.